All right. We are live. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Fallout New Vegas. Last time when we left off, we had more or less wrapped up at Camp Golf, and if you'll recall, I had wanted to do a little karma boosting, so I headed over to the old nuclear test site, where we should be able to slaughter some feral ghouls and boost our karma, and our experience at the same time, which is always nice. Good morning, Alexander. Great to see you. Thank you for being here. Yeah, we're gonna want to get our Gobi out and kill these guys at a distance. Hi, Ethan. Great to see you. Thank you for joining us. Pleasure, as always, to have you here. Oh, what a difference the Gobi makes. We can one-shot Reavers now. In case you're wondering, or you've been around a while, obviously that has not always been the case. Might as well bag these big corners too, just because they're close by. Doesn't get us karma, but it gets us experience in big corner stakes. All of which are useful. Good morning, Lewis. Great to see you. Thank you for being here. Just doing a karma farming run right quick. And big corners too, since they're here. I'm doing great, Lewis. Thank you for asking. I'm still never exactly thrilled when the alarm goes off, but you know, getting to spend the morning with you guys before going to work, it makes it substantially easier to wake up every time. Hi Maya, hi Infinimora, great to see both of you. Thank you as always for joining. I've been saying, in case you forgot where we left off, we're just doing a quick karma farming run for some ghouls at the old nuclear test site. This is a regular, I can just run up and punch him. Gobi is pretty great. The only major downside to it is that it's not silenced. That's why Christine's COS that we get in Old World Blues is better. I'm pretty sure it's showing me those vipers that I don't want to bother with, so let's track back this direction instead. Hmm. So once we boost our karma, we will be heading towards the NCR territories, kind of along the highway between the 188 trading post and Freeside. You know, there's the Aerotech office park, the NCR Sharecropper Farm, and we're ultimately going to be exploring all of those areas all the way up to Freeside at this point in the game. 3 Reavers, huh? How long until I start Old World Blues? It's hard for me to time it out, but I can tell you that I've got a goal in mind, which is to do all of the quests associated with the boomers at Nellis Air Force Base. And once that's over, then I'll be ready to move on and do Old World Blues. Level 30, alright. What are we gonna do here? Well, first, I want to raise speech to 75. So we're going to need that soon enough. And let's see, let's take barter up to 80. And we'll throw that last point in survival. I want implant GRX. There it is. You gain a non-addictive subdurable turbo injector. This perk may be taken twice, with the second rank increasing the effect from 2 to 3 seconds, and the uses per day from 5 to 10, activated in the Pip-Boy entry. This is great, so every day we get to use Turbo 5 times with no chance of addiction. That is going to be phenomenal if we ever find ourselves surrounded by a group of enemies with our Power Fist. Like, kept happening in freaking, Zion during Honest Hearts, if you remember that nonsense. Is that really it? There's usually a freaking army of them. Yeah, I guess that's it this go-round. Okay. Not gonna complain too much. Alright, that's enough of this. Oh, hold on 1 second. Hey, good morning, Trevi. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining us. All right, let's get out of here. We're going to head to the Grub and Gulp rest stop now, which should be all the way up here. We flagged it on our way to the New Vegas medical clinic when we were buying implants, but we didn't actually explore it. So, switch everything back. Should be good. Not a lot to do here at the rest stop itself, but we'll thoroughly explore it anyway, as always. Got Fitz and Lupe, our food merchants.
Welcome to the Grub and Gulp.
What is this place?
Just a little rest stop that me and my good friend Lupe set up. Last stop on your way into New Vegas, first stop on your way out. That's what I say.
May I ask you some questions?
Sure, fire away.
Is there any place to buy weapons and armor?
I think there are a few places, but I've heard that the gun runners sell the best.
Where can I find a doctor around here?
Dr. Usanagi runs a medical clinic up the road.
I don't have any more questions. Let's talk about something else.
All right then.
Show me what you have for sale.
Sure thing. Anything else I can do for you?
Let me see. Just need to make sure I'm not carrying any Legion Denarius, and I'm not, so good. Take all that, we'll be set.
Pleasure doing business with you. See you later.
Morning, St. Louis. Great to see you. Thank you, as always, for joining us. I really appreciate it. Let's see. Okay, we can't take any of that. Let's just talk to Lupe.
You need water? I got water. Clean and fresh. Straight from Lake Mead. If you're low on caps, I've also got slightly irradiated wasteland water. A little fallout never killed anybody.
Where do you get your water?
The NCR fixed up the pipe network pretty good, and water merchants like me are allowed to have some of it to sell. If we have a water license, of course. Still, it beats the inconvenience of having to trek all the way to the lake to resupply.
Are there many water merchants around here?
There's a few independent ones like me, but it's mostly the big trading outfits that deal in water, like the Crimson Caravan Company.
I have some general questions for you.
Shoot.
Anything I should know about New Vegas?
They won't just let anybody into the Strip, but you should be able to have a good time in Freeside itself. Just, keep a close eye on your caps.
Tell me about the Fiends.
They're a bunch of crazies hopped up on all kind of drugs. Apparently, they're using one of the old vaults as a hideout. The army should really get in there and wipe them all out, but I guess they've got more than enough trouble to deal with right now.
What do you know about the NCR?
Their main base is right over there by the old airport. It's called Camp Mccarran now. Some people like to paint them all as a bunch of bullies. Me? I'm glad they're around. They do what they can to keep things safe and orderly.
That's all I want to know right now.
All right.
And goodbye.
Until next time.
Turn all the radios off. Gotten enough copyright strikes since I started this playthrough. I really don't want to deal with that nonsense anymore. Alright, let's head over here. We'll take Salesman Weekly, the coffee mugs, the empty bottles. Not that it particularly matters, but there is yet another star cap over on this table, and that's really the only noteworthy piece of loot here at the Grub and Gulp itself. You wake up before your alarm for the streams? Well, that is dedication, my friend. I don't know that it's strictly necessary since they all wind up on YouTube, but I really appreciate it, so thank you. Alright, let's head up the road. Oh, we got 5 new implant GRXs. Wonder what these enemies are. Oh, big corners. Perfect. Looks like he killed the bloatfly for me. Nice work, Hoss. What am I drinking this morning? This is a tall, well, it's not exactly frosty, but this is a tall, clean, brewski-sized mug of delicious Colorado tap water. there's not really any need to go be these guys. We are going to eliminate the herd, though. See, moments like this with a big group of enemies, this is what Implant GRX was built for. Check it out. Don't want to wake up too much. And I'd do the same with the Death Claw. Hey, you know, with Implant GRX, you might actually be able to. No joke. We'll get our chance eventually, don't you worry. So I saw that dead blowfly back there and wanted to deal with it too. Don't get too excited that it looks like we're close to New Vegas. It's still going to be a very long time before we actually head in there. Over here, you can see like the big barbed wire wall and the airport control tower behind it. That's Camp Mccarran. As has been mentioned, it's the NCR's main base. We are going to be exploring it pretty soon. And as you would expect with the NCR's main base, there's a lot to see and do, and a lot of quests that revolve around that area. You need to save your energy for work tonight. I hear that. This is what, yeah, this helps me wake up before work in my mornings. But we want to explore this whole quote-unquote civilized area between the 188 and leading up into Vegas itself, so might as well kill these generics. That I will, Lewis. That I will. It'll be nice. So my next offload is actually going to be time to repair my power fist with one of the many spares we picked up at Camp Golf. Alright, so we've got a complex over here that actually shows up on the map that we can enter. This is the Aerotech office park, and we are going to be exploring it. There are refugees in here, and there are quests that we can do for them, but before we actually head inside, let's do a perimeter check. You know, I always like to do that. That is the NCR Sharecropper Farm. We'll be exploring it soon enough. Oh, look, there's... I was about to say there was nothing on the perimeter, but... look over here, a barrel cactus. We could go after the NCR guards on the Mccarran towers, but I do not have a silenced rifle on me. I don't want to risk pissing off the NCR. It's something we're going to save for the very, very, very end of the game. When I tell General Oliver to piss off at Hoover Dam. The Mr. B. Tongue video about shandification. I must admit, Lewis, I have no idea what you're talking about. If you're in the Discord, you should post a link to that video and we can discuss it after the stream. Alright, let's head into Aerotech now. There's a surprising amount to do here for what looks like a very just generic off-road unimportant location. Let's explore the basic zone first. There's a few things to pick up, a few dumpsters to search. Nothing terribly exciting, but you never know, you might find something good. Like all that. So there are 3 sub-areas here. There's Aerotech Suite 200. Got hungry. Let me solve that issue. There's, I believe, Aerotech Suite 300. Both of which we will need to explore. And then there's that command tent over there in the central courtyard. Alright, let's head into the tent first. The Aerotech Tent. As you can see, we've got several NPCs here, and they aren't all generic. Come on. Don't do that fake hidden nonsense with me. So we've got Captain Parker, Bert Gunnarsson, and Frank Weathers. And then some generic refugees. Deal with the generics. Same way I always do. Then we'll need to loot out the tent. Wouldn't industrial hands ignoring of DT become useful, or do I plan on doing Lonesome Road last? Yes and yes. It would be useful, but I do plan on doing, well, last. I might do Lonesome Road before I actually do Hoover Dam, but yeah, it's going to be very close to the end. Because as you've so astutely identified, everything in there is Industrial Hand in particular would be so ridiculously overpowered with my build. I don't want to get it too soon. It's kind of like having the Deathclaw Gauntlet paired with the Chinese Stealth Armor in Fallout 3. Although granted, there's no Chinese Stealth Armor, but... Have I played Fallout Shelter? I am planning to combine the Super Saturnite Fist with Pyromaniac, but Alexander is right that Industrial Hand ignores damage threshold. So Superheated Saturnite with Pyromaniac does the most raw damage of anything in the game. But it doesn't have that ignoring damage
Welcome,
resistance.
brother. How can I help you?
Right, let's talk to Bert Gunnarsson first. What's the deal with all these refugees?
Poor lost souls, most of them. They thought to come to New Vegas and find their fortunes on its shining strip. But the journey is often long, and the price to enter the city is steep. Those who could not pay ended up here, hoping to earn the caps they need. Some find honest labor, but more fritter away what little they've saved on crooked gambling and cheap liquor. Still, I minister to them as I can.
What do you do here?
I give what aid and comfort I can. I have medical knowledge thanks to my time with the followers.
That's noble of you.
I only do what I can to help.
Can you heal me?
I would be happy to, should you require it. You seem to be in fine health now.
Yeah, so he'll heal you for free, which is pretty great to know and take advantage of.
Farewell, friend.
All right, next, let's talk to Frank Weathers. He is the same Frank Weathers we heard about back at Cottonwood Cove.
Hello. Oh, hello. What can I do for you?
Who are you?
My name's Frank Weathers. I'm a farmer, got a few hundred acres near Junktown. Well, I was a farmer. I guess I'm not much of anything now.
What do you know about the Legion?
They're cannibals, slavers, and worse. I hear rumors they're poised to overrun the entire Colorado River Valley, and even the army won't be enough to stop them. One of the officers here, or at Camp Mccarran, might be able to tell you more.
Why'd you come all the way out to New Vegas?
Why does anybody? I thought I'd strike it rich at the tables, make my fortune, and never have to plow those damn fields again. I just wanted to provide for my family, and now they're gone. All gone. God forgive me.
Remind me what happened to your family.
Caesar's Legion attacked us near Searchlight. The Rangers say they probably took my family to Cottonwood Cove.
All right.
Goodbye.
So this is another way to start the Left My Heart quest, which results in the same objective to free the Weathers from slavery. So, before we mess with Captain Parker or do anything else out here, let's go ahead and take care of that right quick. Let's head back down to Cottonwood Cove. While we're here, we can go ahead and turn in all of the additional dog tags we've collected. Has everybody respawned already? I didn't think it had been that long. No, it's just the Weathers. Okay. Now let's talk to Decanus Severus.
Wait. Name your business.
I have dog tags to turn in for explosives, for grenades.
Watch yourself. Dino. Are we done? Wale.
Alright, so there we go. Got some more Legion fame, which is always nice. Now let's have a chat with Canyon Runner.
Hey. Awe, how goes it?
How much would it cost to buy the 3 captures?
It's a weak buck. There's a boy. The old woman's... The girl's the only one of real value. Young and...
Speech 50, lie. Any fool can see that girl has all the symptoms of pustular hypomyalgia.
Pustula? What? Is that contagious? That doesn't sound good at all.
I'll give you 150 caps for the lot.
Seems I'm fortunate to get that much for him, given the circumstances. Here, this is the key to their collars. You want to take those off before you go far. Trust me.
Failing the speech check is even funnier.
Wale.
That's often true, but it's not exactly advantageous. Alright, so now
Awe.
we can set them. Now we can set them all free.
You're still gonna free us, aren't you?
I've paid for your freedom. You're free to go.
Freedom? I don't know where we'll get a new start, but any place is better than rotting with the Legion or Frank.
So now they're just going to leave. They do not want to return to Frank. That's the sort of the key to that. So now we can head back to Aerotech. There it is. Yeah, it's NCR territory. That's why it has the accepted tag underneath it. I think Frank stays in the tent, so we can go in here to talk to him again.
I'm glad to see you. Huh?
I think I screwed it up a little because I talked to the...
Good to see a friend of our government.
I think I screwed up the quest a little because I talked to them before I talked to him. You're supposed to just have one extra speech check with Frank where you basically chastise him for being an abusive husband and try to convince him to stop. Well, let's talk to Captain Parker.
Something I can help you with, stranger?
What exactly is this place?
This here's where folks go when their luck runs out. Drifters up from the Republic, locals that can't turn a dime, drunken reprobates from all around. And if you don't have the caps to get onto the Strip, odds are you'll end up here.
Sounds like a chaotic place. Is there any way I can help?
Well, I am a little short-staffed. Maybe you could give me a hand. Some people have gone missing from the camp lately. I haven't seen any signs of violence or heard about any feuds. They just up and vanished. And I've also got Keith and his gambling to deal with. I know that skunk's cheating folk out of their savings. I just can't prove it.
What can you tell me about the missing people?
They never seem to have much in common. That's why I didn't notice it sooner. Young folks, old folks, men, women, all disappearing. I remember a family with a little blonde girl. She never talked much, but she always carried this little stuffed teddy bear.
Can you remember anything else?
Seem to recall a lot of them did business with those scavengers over on the west side, Dermot and St. James.
Tell me about this Keith.
Keith's a two-bit hustler. He runs a gambling operation out of his shack. Ask me, he wins way too often to be playing.
Hold on, I need to reload the autosave. Because, for whatever reason, if you start the refugee quest, you can't complete the Keith quest, so you have to only talk about the Keith quest first. This is where, you know, the bugs in this game irritate me.
Something I can help you with,
Yeah. Tell me about this Keith.
Keith's a two-bit hustler. He runs a gambling operation out of his shack. Ask me, he wins way too often to be playing fair. I suspect he's running drugs, too. I just can't prove it. Maybe you can find something. Talk to him, poke around his shack, something.
Alright, note added, investigate Keith's gambling and drug operations. Who are you?
Captain Parker. I'm in charge of this camp.
Alright, goodbye.
See ya.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's dumb that I actually lose access to part of the quest just because I screwed up and talked to the slaves at Cottonwood Cove before finding Frank. It's equally dumb that I actually couldn't do the Keith quest if I happened to ask about the refugees while talking to the same guy, but that's alright. Alright, there's Keith. We got some generic junkies. We'll deal with the junkies. Oh, I just realized I don't really need to be sneaking. This stuff is all take, not steal. That's nice. Let's run around in here. Get everything that is or eventually will be useful. This one is stealing. Ah, marked cards. Alright, well that's gonna have to do with the quest, so we'll leave that be for the moment. Just finish otherwise looting the building. We're dehydrated and irradiated. Deal with both those things. Couple more generic junkies. I don't want the Wasteland Wanderer outfit, though. Oh, come on. It's twice now. Come on. There we go. Almost done looting. No, I'm not trying to sleep. I want the clipboard. There we go. Boy, Captain Parker, you really must not have tried hard to prove that he was running drugs, considering they're just lying all over the place. Alright, anyway. I hate bugged quests. Yeah, Blood on the Ice, I agree. That quest is miserably hard to make work properly. Alexander, that's a good point. I actually don't have the unofficial New Vegas patch installed. I don't recall the unofficial patch.
Hey there. Fancy a game of Caravan?
Making, Blood on the Ice work any better in Skyrim, though. Who are you? Or Barter 45. Gambling's not my scene. Maybe you could hook me up with something medicinal.
Oh, I get you. Looking for a slightly more chemical thrill? Okay, I'll tell you what. I happen to keep some jet around for emergencies. 35 caps and it's yours.
Jet's not... Note added, report back to Captain Parker. Jet's not my drug of choice. I'll keep looking.
Well, then why are you wasting my time?
Speech 60. I've run some cons in my day, one clever bastard to another. What's your trick?
You know how they say you make your own luck? Well, let's just say I make mine with a little extra ink on the cards.
Marked cards, huh? A little bit obvious, but not bad.
Hey, it's not like I use them all the time. Mostly I keep them in my shack until I see a really fat score roll into town.
Who are you?
Name's Keith. You feeling lucky? I got games of chance, games of skill, games of you name it. Want to win a little cash?
I think I'll pass for now.
Your loss.
Goodbye.
Come on back if you want a game.
And now we can run back here and grab the marked cards out of there. Back to Captain Parker. Oops.
Good to see you. Something else I can do for you?
I've got proof that Keith is selling drugs and using marked cards.
Drugs and crooked gambling? Can't say I'm surprised. Here, you've earned this. I'm gonna go take Keith into custody. If you're interested in a little extra pay, I wouldn't mind backup.
Sure, I'm in. Why not?
Glad to have you. Let's go. Just stick close and follow my lead. Keith's a cowardly son of a bitch, but he might try something if he's desperate.
I haven't been looking at these notes, but report back to Captain Parker. You have proof that Keith is selling drugs. Report back to Captain Parker with your findings. You have proof that Keith runs a crooked game. Report back to Captain Parker with your findings. Captain Parker wants you to cover his back while he deals with Keith. Alright. My goodness, could this guy walk any slower? We're in hardcore mode here, man. My thirst clock is ticking. Oh, now he's stuck on a lamppost. Great. There. We'll help him out. Here goes.
Keith, in the name of the NCR, I'm placing you under arrest for illicit gambling and the sale of unlicensed chems.
Fuck you, man. I ain't going nowhere with you.
Come quietly now. I don't want to have to hurt you.
Why don't you go cry to your wife then? Oh, that's right. She left your worthless, stinking ass.
You son of a bitch!
Damn. That's it for that. Now we can talk to him about the missing refugees. So let's do so.
Well, that was a bit messier than I would have liked. Was there anything else?
Just the matter of my extra pay.
Here you go. I promised you an extra reward for coming along, so that's what you get. Good to see you. Something else I can do for you?
Tell me about those disappearances again.
Some people have gone... I
already
remember here...
Heard this. Okay, I'll look into it.
Glad to hear it.
Alright, now we can start that quest. I am the law. Oh gosh, what game is that from?
Hey.
That voice popped into my head as soon as I read that message, but I can't remember which game it's from. Anyway, let's check out Suite 300 while we're here. Some goodies to pick up. Not much of note actually happening in this one, as I recall. I got some books. Oh, Judge Dredd or Dredd. Okay. Thanks for that. Appreciate it. Oh, sorry about screwing up the Left My Heart quest, guys. I should have known better than to deviate from the order I had written down. I just wasn't quite thinking straight. Yeah, if you play this yourself and you have the opportunity, make sure you start the quest by talking to Frank Weathers here at Aerotech. Do not start it by talking to the rest of the family at Cottonwood Cove like I did. Alright, let's see. Magnum rounds. So it's the, I know it wasn't actually an 80s movie, but it was very clearly designed to behave like a multiple, take everything and double it version of an 80s movie. You guys have all seen Kung Fury, right? Ooh, here's the stash. If you haven't, you can watch Kung Fury for free on Netflix, and it is awesome. Or not on Netflix, on YouTube, excuse me. Hey, food. Who grilled that mantis? Questions abound. There's fresh cooked food in here, and yet no people. So I've been messing around a bit more with survival mode in Skyrim, and I have to say it's pretty fun. I mean, it's I don't know that I would currently recommend paying for it, but if you were paying attention and snagged it when it was free during the first week, it's quite a bit of fun to play. Had some very interesting dynamics to a game that had otherwise been played out. 5 days till the official reveal. Yeah, I know. Sunday. Well, I was saying this last night during the Dead Space stream. If all the rumors turn out to be true, and Fallout 76 is, you know, an online game that revolves around the base building mechanic, like, I'll be unhappy in the sense that I'm not going to give a shit about Fallout 76, but it'll make me think perhaps Bethesda learned something from the fact that they tried to do too much in Fallout 4, and they're stepping back and making more focused games to explore just that mechanic, which will give me higher hopes for games like Elder Scrolls 6 and the eventual Fallout 5. That they're not going to try to do too much, and they're going to focus on doing fewer things well in every single game that they make. And that would ultimately be a good thing. Alright. That's it for the Aerotech Park for now. Until we resolve that Coyotes quest and come back. So I'm going to go offload, first of all. I'm not quite up to my carry weight yet, but I want to replenish my well-rested bonus and resupply and repair my power fist. So already getting Command and Conquer flashbacks. I never actually played any of the Command and Conquer games.
I've still got guns and ammo.
I was never... Oh, I shouldn't say that. There was a window where I was pretty into real-time strategy games. It was in the Warcraft 2 StarCraft era when I was really into them. And I kind of lost interest around Warcraft 3 and haven't really been into them since. I took some time to play some StarCraft 2, but only Wings of Liberty. I didn't bother picking up the ones after that. So it's I guess it'd be more accurate to say it's been a very long time since I was really into real-time strategy. Alright, so here we are back at Novak. Let's get well rested, because it bothers me when we're not. Let's put away the stuff we're stashing. Refresh our supplies of water and casserole. Probably got enough casserole to get through the rest of the game just eating that. I'll drink that sarsaparilla. I'm done messing with this. I don't think I have any particular use for those marked cards anymore, so let's sell them to the merchant out here if we can. Oh, hey, Ironclad, I didn't know you were here. Nice to see you.
What can I
Thanks
do
for being
for you?
here. So let's get rid of the marked cards and the pre-war money.
Thanks.
Now let's head back to Aerotech. You hope it literally is just a classic Bethesda RPG. I like that too, but they're definitely, I mean, we were talking about Fallout Shelter earlier, so it's definitely, I mean, already kind of known that they're interested in making other things. Oh, there's a sewer entrance here. We can actually enter it. I don't know what this is, so I'm not going to fuck with it yet. Just be aware that it's there, I guess. Going to head over here to the Sharecropper Fields. It's the next place we're going to explore, but we're just about out of time for this morning, so let's perimeter check the Sharecropper Fields, which are quite large. They also bump up on Camp Mccarran here on our left, as you can see. You know, I have heard a whole lot of great things about Dune, and I have really no exposure to any of the series in any media. Never read the books, never saw anything, never played any games. Yeah, so you can see these are the Sharecropper Fields, these greenhouse-looking buildings with the farms out in the middle behind this chain link, and they bump right up against Camp Mccarran and New Vegas itself. In fact, just for the sake of looking at it, there's your welcome to fabulous New Vegas sign. Although, as I mentioned, we're not actually going in for quite some time. Yeah, I don't have time to actually explore the Sharecropper Fields in today's stream, but we'll do it, that's where we'll start on Thursday, but I will do the perimeter check to end today's video. Star Wars was heavily inspired by Dune. Didn't know that. Although Dune's set on a major desert planet, isn't? Oh, look, there goes one of the Weathers family. They've made it all the way from Cottonwood Cove. Good for them. And not a whole lot going on out here either. Alright, we got some Got some houses and some mailboxes that we'll want to check out too. That's Orion Marino's house. Can't remember if these NPCs we're hearing about are part of the Sharecropper Fields or not. I think they are, but we can't get into that house. There's some generics. You know what to do, boys. Oh, you know what? I had one thing I really wanted to do, and I completely forgot to do it. Totally spaced repairing my power fist. Oh well. That's not a big deal. Alright, let's head back up here. We've checked out this whole row of houses. That's a different quest altogether. And there are a few more houses to check out. Can't get inside that one, but it does have a mailbox. I always like that. Skill magazines. Yeah, so here's the main entrance into the Sharecropper Fields. I don't think I had ever actually spotted that sewer entrance outside Aerotech before. I'm not sure what that's about. I might need to look that up between streams. Alright, guys. Is that a generic? If it is. So here's the Sharecropper Farms. NCR property, no trespassing. Yep. This is where we are going to end today's stream. So I will, as always, express my gratitude to everyone who has joined me on Twitch this morning. If you're new here and you enjoyed the stream, please consider hitting the follow button to see when we're going live. If you're watching later on YouTube and you enjoyed this, please consider hitting like, share, or subscribe so you can see when other videos get ported over to that platform. And whichever platform you're watching on, I hope you'll consider joining our Discord. Check either the video description on YouTube or the channel description on Twitch for a link to the server where we talk 24/7 about various things and nothings, and I make all the official announcements about when we're going live and what projects we're going to be undertaking. So, regardless of when and how you're watching, thank you once again, and I hope you have a fantastic day. We will be live again on Thursday morning with more New Vegas to explore the Sharecropper Farms. So I hope to see you all then. Bye-bye.